You're telling me that you dating Raven Symone, you have no clue what she's in. I was watching the City at 5 years old. Girl, please.
So it seems like Raven Symone's wife is on fire and Raven is out here to defend her wife. So there's a lot to say about this, but hey guys, how you are doing? This is the first time you're stopping by my channel. My name is Destiny and welcome to my channel. And returning subscriber, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing great. Okay, so what's going on here? This story, stay with me. Okay, stay with me. We have amazing conversation as always, so stay with me. Okay, so apparently Reverend Symone's wife has been going on podcast. If we've talked about her a couple of times here on this channel, there was a video I did about her admitting putting a monthly menstrual flow and pasta sauce for Raven. If you haven't seen that video, go check out that video. And now it's the whole narrative that's been going on. If you're watching their podcast, both of them have been attending, you would know that it's a narrative that's been going on for years. Raven Symone's wife always stating that she doesn't know who Raven Symone is when they met. Like basically saying that she didn't watch any of Raven's work before they met, and that it was when they met, that's when she started la da 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 da. And this has not really sit well with a lot of people, her saying that she doesn't know Raven Symone's work back in the days, knowing that Raven Symone is an icon herself. Raven Symone is a legend for black women. Like everybody that grew up, especially the millennial black women, knows that Raven Symone. Like, how can you say you don't know Raven Symone? So apparently they've been on recent podcasts. I don't know which of the recent podcasts, but I'm going to play just one that people were responding to. But there are a couple of podcasts that she has repeatedly said that she didn't know any Raven Symone's work. And this is something that's been going on for years. And this has gotten her, it wasn't sitting well with people. People are like calling her out. People are like, how can you say you don't know who Raven is? And this has led to her and Raven come back on the internet to clear the air, and Raven trying to defend her and say, leave my wife alone, and Miranda, Raven's wife, coming to explain her part, her saying that she doesn't know Raven Symone's work, what she meant by that. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video, one of the podcasts, and then we'll come back and talk more. But I also want to know your own thought down. Do you think it's possible for Raven Symone's wife, Miranda, not to know who Raven Symone is? Let me know your own thought down in the comment section. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video.
The favorite thing of Raven's that you've watched, that you've actually given a look.
Before me or while she was with me?
Both.
Because I'd like to know. Actually, I don't. I really like that she doesn't know any of my stuff. Like said, it just makes it easier.
I think that this is really... I'm really trying to think if I do not think I watched anything and registered...
That it was Raven?
That it was Raven before we were together. Maybe...
But you knew about me.
I knew
yeah.
who you were, but you just were not on my radar. I just didn't...
Is it because she was black?
Get out of here, Fanita. Oh my God.
Damn. This is just the internet.
I'm sorry.
Like nostalgic. And even though I hadn't seen Cheetah Girls before, I was like, I need to watch Cheetah Girls. And then I watched College Road Trip. I think she's having a stroke.
Because you hadn't seen Cheetah Girls before.
Yeah. I know.
Speaking of Cheetah Girls.
You're welcome.
Cheetah Girls,
here we go, gonna rock the world. Party, cause you know the future's all yours. Dance to your beat, don't touch the floor. Celebrate the day you're waiting for. Party like you're ready for so much more. Do it like you know it's never been done. Do a little crazy, up too much.
Okay. So that interview got a lot of people have so much to say about Raven Symone's wife, talking about how she didn't know any Raven's work before they met and all that, trying to downplay this. For me personally, this just is giving me Simone Biles' husband trying to downplay, like, I didn't even know who she was before we met. It was just, really? Girl, even me that was not even in the US, I know her, I know her work, I know Cheetah Girls, like, really? Anyway, this video has gotten a lot of people talking. This story has a lot of layers, so you want to watch to the end. So this video got a lot of people talking, that got Raven Symone responding to them and all that. So let's go check out what people have to say about this podcast. This podcast was longer than it actually is, than what we played. But in the respite of it was the wife, Raven Symone's wife, saying that she didn't know who she was and at work when she was younger and as a child. So that was just it. Anyway, guys, let's go check out people's thoughts on this, and then I'll come back and talk more.
Raven Symone's wife is full of shit, and honestly, just lock up in a cellar when you do interviews, Raven. We don't want to see her no more. This is absolutely ridiculous, and I looked it up, and the wife is supposedly a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. By the second date I had with my husband, I knew his social security number. Okay, I knew what he was into. I knew his greatest hits on Instagram. You're telling me that you dating Raven Symone, you have no clue what she's in? I was watching in the City at 5 years old. Girl, please. And it's crazy too, because during the interview that I was watching, it was like her and Raven and Fanita were vibing. Like, they were like, oh, they were singing and stuff, and the wife was like, I just wish I knew what you guys were talking about. Bring back shame. Bring back embarrassment. Because even if I did not know, which I would, I would be like, mama, you know how you do when you don't know a song, but you still sing? That's what I would be doing. I wouldn't be sitting there twiddling my thumbs and then waiting till the end to rain on the parade. Like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. That does not make you cool. This is Raven Symone, okay? That is who you are dating. It's time for you to go on a Disney Plus binge, baby, because you are sounding way too dumb at these interviews, and we don't want to hear it no more. Stay home next time.
Nobody likes Raven Symone's wife. And by nobody, I mean Black millennial women who grew up with Raven Symone as their Disney Channel icon. And the reasons are not unfounded. So let's start there, right? But there is more to this. Raven and her wife Miranda recently were on Fanita's podcast, Bottoms Up, right? In which there was just several moments that Fanita and Raven were having like a vibing, like, that's so Raven. They were having a vibe session, just a ultimate fangirl moment of the icon that Raven Symone is to young Black women. Because even if you exclude the Cosby years and some of her earlier work as a child star, That's So Raven and the Cheetah Girls were staples. Staples in your Black American household. There's no contest about that. But for some reason, it was never a staple. Even though the girl was watching the Disney Channel, Raven as a Black person was not a staple in Miranda's mind. And for all intents and purposes, I'm going to simplify that down to one thing. The lady is white. The lady is white and never fully saw Raven until she really needed to see Raven. Like many white and Black interactions, you are aware that the person is there, but they're not committing to your mind because they don't look like you, you don't relate to them, they're not really your character. This is evidenced by when she talks about watching the movie Xenon, in which Raven was like the second main character. She is drawing a blank. She can't even fathom that Raven was actually in this movie. It's wild. Really? And while this might sound crazy to me and you as Black people, this is why Raven loves her. This is why she fell in love with this woman, because at the end of the day, Raven was a regular girl to this lady, and she got to be herself and not her personas. She didn't have to be her character. She didn't have to be anything that preceded her in this moment except for Raven Symone. Not Raven Baxter, not Galleria, none of that. Not Nebula, none of that. And something about that childhood acting life has not sat well in her spirit for so long that she tries to distance herself from it as much as possible. When that camera turns on, we see a happy-go-lucky girl acting her off and being great, funny, all these things. Remember, she's acting her off. Whatever trauma she's going through behind the scenes that she is not revealing to us in every moment is what we are not seeing, right? That's the stuff that she wants to distance herself from. So when she meets somebody like this, who is like, no idea, those are the people you want to connect with, because you're like, great, I get to write my own story and not be preceded by anything that has come before me. Y'all want her to stop bringing this lady around so bad, but this is the lady that grounds her. This is the lady that makes her feel human. And I'm happy for her for that. If this is your way of getting some form of like control in your life, girl, take that. Take exactly what you can get from that.
So the response, I just said to put like just to respond on this one. So let me know what you think about that interview, what Reverend Symone's wife said about Raven not knowing her work and could even sing the Cheetah Girls theme song. Let me know what you think about this. But this interview and the uproar that the internet was in, like the entire internet was coming for Reverend Symone's wife, calling her, how could she say she doesn't know Raven, da-da-da-da-da. People were coming for her. And Reverend Symone decided to come and defend her wife. Okay, so let's go check out. Which also got a lot of people. Her coming to defend her wife got a lot of people talking. Okay, like I said, this story is in layers, so stay with me. Okay, so let's go check out what she has to say and her defending her wife, and then we'll come back and talk more.
I'm here with Miranda, my wife, to tell you to stop it in the comments and stop with the in her DMs. It is disrespectful to her and in turn disrespectful to me. Stop it.
It's really become wild. I hope to clear the air right now and letting you all know that I never have once said that I did not know who Raven was. I only ever said that I did not grow up watching That's So Raven. I did not watch her as a child. But since getting married and meeting her in 2015, I have seen the majority of her work. I have also been at a lot of this work. So I mean, backstage at The View, 25 words or less. The list goes on and on. I love That's So Raven. I think she should have won all the Emmys. I think my wife is endlessly talented. I support her beyond. She also just isn't Raven Symone to me. You guys must try and open your minds a little bit and understand there is more behind people that are celebrity. There is real life here. And that's why we're feeling inclined to address this, because I'm receiving so much hate for something that is really just a big spiral of internet misinformation.
And for all of the blue checks out there acting like trolls,
Okay.
sit down. Just thank you. No need.
Thank you, next.
That part.
Child, Raven mad at y'all. And she mad at y'all because the public clocked her wife and her wife's disrespect of Raven. See, it's fine. If Raven wants to be disrespected in her home and she's okay with it, that's fine. But see, she can't. Raven cannot demand that we be okay with her wife disrespecting her. It don't work like that. You introduced this woman to the streets. And we looking at what she's saying. We're listening to what she's saying. We're like, this ain't gonna fly. You're not gonna just sit in our face and disrespect. Nah. What you say in your house is one thing, and y'all kidding, and that's inside jokes. But when you come to the streets, when you sit yourself on platforms, and you try to get off the same type of energy, it's going to get clocked. Do I believe that this lady needs threats? No. Nah, that's a little too far. But she does need to watch herself. Well, she needs to figure out. She needs to figure out who you are. She does. She needs to understand who you are and stop being so disrespectful, blatantly disrespectful publicly. She can do whatever she want to do in that house. That's y'all relationship. But you ain't gonna come down to the streets talking that way and think that you're not gonna get checked. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
The time has come for us to talk about Raven Symone and her wife. By now you probably saw this video of Raven and her wife asking people to stop sending Miranda death threats. Okay, off top, death threats, not cool, it's whack, it's not that serious. But let me just say how this couple, the problem with this couple. First of all, I have no idea why Raven cannot do a podcast without her wife. The podcast she does usually talks about Raven's career or, growing up famous, being a child actor. Why Miranda needs to be around for that conversation, I don't know. Because she never has anything to contribute to that conversation, rightfully so, right? She is not a child actor. She is not famous. She's not in the industry. Like, why is she there? Secondly, this couple has made it their entire identity that Miranda didn't know anything about Raven Symone before she met her. She never watched That's So Raven. She never watched Cheetah Girls. Probably doesn't even know Raven Symone was in Dr. Dolittle. The last podcast, oh, I don't remember you in Xenon. This is a theme we constantly have to hear about. And now the people are finally fed up with that. They're finally like, girl, what? Because let me remind you, they have been together since 2015. This isn't a new couple. This isn't a new relationship. So now, almost 10 years after you've been in a relationship with Raven Symone, we're still getting this narrative of, I don't know who she is. I just don't watch it. When does it end? It's officially too much. And now the narrative has completely backfired on them. It has made Miranda completely unlikable. So now it's time to put a video out like this chastising everybody. When all you have to do is simply A, leave your wife at home. Or B, if you're going to bring your wife around, chill out on the I don't know what you've done stuff. Relax on the I don't know who she was. Cosby? I've never watched the Cosby. We get it. You did not know who she was. But after being married to her for 10 years, you should be a little more acclimated to her work. And that's all anyone is really saying.
Raven Symone demands that people stop coming for her wife. So you had Raven Symone basically speaking with her wife, basically talking about they need to leave her alone. I guess they've been coming for her. I don't know who she is. I ain't know who it was. I thought it was Ice Cube coming down my timeline. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't, right? I guess they're tired of people on the internet being people on the internet, right? Now, you know, sometimes people take things too far. I don't believe a lot of people care, but you let them tell it, it's serious, right? Some people are saying they clout chasing. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But Raven Symone came out there basically saying people need to leave her wife alone and go on about their business, you know what I'm saying? And the wife is over there like, leave me alone.
Almost into you. So, don't try to shade her.
Now, I feel like the reason why people dislike this lady is the same reason why people don't like Simone Biles' husband. She does not hesitate to humble Raven, which can come off as tone deaf and a bit rude, especially since Raven is deserving of all of her flowers and then some. I think it's less of an issue that she didn't grow up watching That's So Raven and idolized her like a lot of us did, because, I mean, that's her truth. We can't be mad at that. I think some folks are just turned off by her personality and sense of humor, so whenever she pokes fun at her spouse, it comes off as her being a hater and a wet blanket. Do y'all feel like people's feelings towards Raven's wife are justified, or do you feel like Miranda is just being misunderstood?
I'm here with Miranda, my wife, to tell you to stop.
I know I said I didn't want to chime in, but I'm going to say this as nice as possible without getting fired from Disney. I feel like a lot of us are thinking the way we are because of what she said. Now, I don't agree with that. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
But remember, wording matters. The things you said on the podcast were very different from what you clarified in this video. I take words for literal, and I know a lot of other people do. When you don't be clarifying your words and just say a sentence, it kind of throws people off, and that's what they take. It's like me saying I like black cats, and then I say, well, I kind of just found out about black cats. I really didn't know they were a thing. Wording matters. What you said on the podcast and what you said here was not what you said there. You kind of added more details, and that's what we were missing. If you would have led with what you said on this video, maybe it wouldn't be as harsh. We're missing a lot of context, and now you're clarifying now?
Please go down in the comment section, share your own thought. There's so much thought here. So let me know if you think that they are cloud chasing with, oh, I don't know who Raven Symone is, like Miranda is, our wife is cloud chasing. 2, if you think that she was just taken out of context, that was not how she meant, like the way she explained. 3, if you think that, oh, the narrative they've been pushing on for a long time, saying that, oh, I don't know if like you're over it. Like, I really want to know your own take on this. And do you think that Raven Symone should come and defend her wife when things like this happen? And do you think that Miranda, Raven Symone's wife, should be at home whenever they're having this type of press or podcast? Because every time she's basically there, and the only time she comes into the conversation is her saying that she doesn't know who Raven Symone is when they met, or her old work and all that. Not knowing who she is, like she doesn't know her old work when they met. So let me know your own take down in the comment section, but please Keep it respectful as always. Here on the channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So here's my own thought on this. I totally agree with the creator that was talking about that they have made this almost like their entire identity, and that is all they talk about and all that. And I get why Reverend Symone is mad and trying to tell everybody to chill out. It's not that deep and all that. I get it, but also you can put something. One thing some people don't understand is that when you put certain things and certain narrative on social media, on generally, and people react, you don't have control how people are going to react to this. And I agree that this has kind of tarnished Miranda's personality or who she is, because people just don't seem to like, especially black people, especially black women don't seem to like her, because how can you say you don't know Reverend Symone? And I feel like even if you don't know her, you've been with her for this long, for 10 years. So by this time, or 8 years, by this time, it should not even be something that you're talking about, like, oh, I don't even know who she is. Oh, I wasn't watching her old work. It shouldn't even be a conversation, because by now you're familiar with her work. By now you know some of the theme song. By now, like, you get it. And the other system, so how coming to say, oh, you know what, I don't know. Like, I just feel like that's something that they should have shut down by now. Like, I don't understand why. Coming from a woman that said she, like, I don't know, I just feel like their relationship is their relationship. If they're happy, I love it for them, go on. But I just really feel like a white vibe, I don't know. I don't like speaking on people's relationship, but this same person that talk about putting pastoral period inside pasta for Raven, like, for me, I'm just like, okay, there's some information that just keep it to yourself, keep it in closed door between you and Raven. You don't have to bring it out on social media. One of them is, I don't know. I personally am over it, because I'm in Africa, I'm in Nigeria, and I know who Reverend Symone is. I watched her as a child. So wow, like, hearing someone in America saying she doesn't know, for me, it's like, really? You get what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, I want to know your own take and your own thought about this conversation down in the comment section. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful as always. Go on and share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl. Yeah, with that all said, guys, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.